Sometimes you just have to pivot. I'm Nate. I'm the FitFutureMD. Upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Pick up the free copy of the nutrition and workout guide in the description below. If you're interested, I'm currently down 40 pounds. I'm the owner of Ensorsale. Ensorsale is family. Together we rise up from humble beginnings to inspire others all over the world with the inspirational messages on our t-shirts. Wear your inspiration today and use code FitFutureMD for 20% off. So, kind of the key to this video is to be different. Well, if you look through your life right now and you look at everybody around you, look and see how many people are happy with their decisions, right? So they got a job, they're driving a car with a big car payment every month. They're not investing. They barely have $1,000 in their bank account, right? If somebody needs to buy a car, they don't even have the down payment for the car. All this kind of stuff, like, if an emergency happens, they don't have the money for the emergency. So this is what I see as the norm in the United States, right? Like, most people don't even have $1,000 in, for an emergency. Stuff like that, right? So to be different than this, to be different than everybody else, you have to do something different, right? And the reason everybody's like that is because that's the easy way, right? Everybody takes that easy way, right? It's easy to go get a job and sit there and complain that the employer is not good enough, right? That, they're not valuing you as a person, that, all this stuff, right? Than it is to start your own business on the side and grow that business to $1 million brand so that people are complaining about you as the employer, right? Instead of the other way around, right? So in life, if you notice that, things are not going the way you want it to go, you have to pivot. And you have to pivot into something different, right? And so in this video, I'm gonna talk about the things that I do differently than everybody else, right? And number one is belief that I can do it, right? So, and I'm going to be coming out with an affirmations, a free affirmations thing, right? I haven't decided what I'm going to call it, and I haven't made it yet. But there's things that internally I say to myself, every day. It's part of my mindset, and I don't necessarily take a sheet of paper and read them every day, right? But I realize that people weren't told these things throughout their life, right? Things such as you were made in God's image. God put you on this earth to do great things. He gave you specific talents. You need to develop those talents that he gave you to help others, right? Stuff like that. And, so that starts in the mindset, right? And I've been talking about mindset probably, 5 years, right? But hopefully this guide that I create will help you create that mindset, right? That's the idea behind the affirmations guide, right? So maybe I'll call it that affirmations guide. But I may not necessarily have it in there when this video goes up, but if you're seeing this video later, then it could be in the link tree in the description below. Like I said, I haven't made it yet, but I'm going to try to make it soon. But I thought about that yesterday, right? So might start making that today. But so it starts with your mindset. I believe in my heart that I can do this, right? I believe that there are people out there in this world that need my help, right? They need the knowledge that I have. Even if it's just, the affirmations that I talk about every day, I know that there are people out there that need that, right? So, that's number one, starting out with the belief. I believe that I can own $1 million business, right? And I believe that I can do that without having to go into debt, without having to, sacrifice my financial future to do it, right? So that's what I'm doing, right? I'm waking up early, going to bed early, waking up early, and making it happen. So number two is, I have to get healthy, right? Almost 60 something percent of America is overweight or obese, right? And, by BMI scale, there's probably some grace there, right? But, if you're 6 foot tall, you're supposed to be 195 pounds. If you're a little extra muscular, 220, right? 225. That's a normal BMI, right? Well, you're sitting at 315, 350, 400. Obviously, that's not healthy, right? So my number one goal right now is to get healthy, right? My blood work is already back healthy where it's supposed to be, but I want everything else to also be healthy, right? And continue to decrease those numbers, not just below the abnormal levels, but actually, back towards the middle of the range, right? So that's get healthy. Then number two, I'm gonna stay fit forever and stay healthy, and then I'm gonna inspire others to get healthy as well, right? Because you can't be at the top of the mountain by yourself. You're gonna end up right back down the mountain. So you have to have the group of friends, the people around you, doing the same things that you are and being that good influence on yourself, right? You can't have those people that, want to go eat fried chicken every night or, whatever, go out to a fast food restaurant or go out to dinner. You want to have people that, want to, cook at home and, enjoy a good steak, enjoy, chicken thighs or whatever, something grilled, right? So you got to have those friends in your life. And so that's number two, get healthy, stay healthy, inspire others to get healthy. So just those two, the mindset and the, and the health, right? That already sets you apart, right? The waking up early, number three, waking up early and going to bed early. And that's number four. And honestly, on the East Coast, it's very, very difficult, especially if you like sports, to go to bed early because most sports end at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night on the East Coast, right? So it's very hard to wake up at 4 a.m. if you're going to bed at 11 o'clock at night, right? And I feel like that's where most people feel like, oh, well, that's the only time I get alone time or, whatever. But I mean, that doesn't matter. Like, you still need sleep, right? You got to be able to sleep. I need to work on that as well, get more sleep, more than 5 hours a night, but like I say, I believe and excited for my mission. So I wake up early, I'm ready to go, I'm out the door, right? So that's, I don't know what number I'm on, but so then, we'll say number five, I think. Number five is what you do financially, right? So taking a portion of your money and investing the money into, because the key to being successful is leverage, right? The best way for most people to get leverage is to invest their money, right? Invest the extra money they have instead of spending it on stupid stuff, right? Spending it on liabilities, right? So if you got a $600 to $700 a month car payment, right, that could clearly be going into a Roth IRA and make you a millionaire when you retire, right? It's a no-brainer, and it's tax-free money when it grows and tax-free when you bring it out, right? So just kind of think about stuff like that, right? So most people are not going to have any money when they retire in the United States, right? They're talking about how we're, say the average salary is $60,000. They're talking about how, you know, that $60,000 is really worth less money than the average salary went in the Great Depression, right? But almost everybody has a job right now, so it's a catch-22. You know, we can't really change what inflation is, so we just have to adjust to the game, right? So that's another thing in mindset, right? You know, you don't say, oh, well, this is going to destroy me. You say, how can I go around this, or how can I fix this problem, right? How can I make $1 million business, right? So yeah, sometimes in life you have to pivot. If you're going down this road, this path, and it's not the path that you want to be down, you have to come up with a game plan to get off of that, right? To not be like everybody else, right? If the average person, you know, has a job and they don't have any money, and they're, you know, you got to figure out what they're doing that's causing that. Most of the time it's just being in debt, right? But so even if you just get out of that, right? And sometimes that'll take 10 years. Like student loans, it takes 10 years to get out of student loan debt, right? If not more. You know, I'm 7 years in trying to get out of student loan debt. And, you know, hopefully in the next 3 years, we'll be able to go ahead and finish those off, right? And have those completely gone, right? But just imagine if I'd had that amount of money, you know, $800 a month, you know, for the last 7 years, you know, you'd already be well ahead just investing that money, right? But most people would have just put that money back into a car payment, right? So, you know, you got to think about things like that, right? Like there's the student loans is what caused me to change my mind. So even though student loans are bad, what they did for me mentally actually is going to be a good thing, right? Because, you know, it completely changed my mindset on money, right? Because I looked for a way to not be like everybody else, right? So that's really the point of this video, is to not be like everybody else. Figure out what other people are doing and do the opposite so that you're not the same as them, right? Because they're not happy, and if you go down their path, you're not going to be happy either, right? You got to figure out what makes you happy, right? And realize that life is an up and down game, a yin and a yang, right? You got to have good, you got to have bad, right? So just keep that in mind. I'm Nate. I'm the FitFutureMD. Pick up the free copy of the Nutrition Workout Guide. Look for the look for the affirmations guide in the description below that's coming, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.